You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
They look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Our voices come. Hi, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on we anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You call on me, count on me anyhow.
Monday, the 27th day of January 2025. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live na Liberty Online Television na the different platform they must want to get to this morning. Where they bring come this Monday edition of the Breakfast Show to you. I am Mabel Kaba.
And me na Al Hassan Koma, good morning. And today na Monday, the very first day of the week. As usual, every Monday, we bring to you the very best, I beg your pardon, of we breakfast show. And of course, today we look at seeking the welfare of citizens and what went wrong all these years across the country. All that will bring to you inside this edition of the program. Don't forget to yourself go be part of this edition of the program. Through where you go send a text message to the number +23274 200 545, or you send a message on the platform inside the watch reform.
Alright, Alassane, this morning driving to work, I just remember say we're still in January. Since January starts. Make say January is the longest month of the year.
Of course.
You know, I don't know if you experience and say it's still long. I remember say this week again, January again.
Yeah.
After all the long holiday in December, we're still in January.
You know, now usual something so far we all, you know, like you rightly mentioned, now one of the longest so far.
Yeah, although not the same 31 days,
the same
but
31
it can seem for expanding.
But you know, say during December, we all, plenty people can don't spend a lot inside December. And we know, say, during December, they can pay early.
Yeah.
At times from the 25, you know, to the end, they can don't pay.
But
so
January, honestly speaking, January got nothing on you because you look so fabulous this morning.
Thank you. You're looking good as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, viewers, as Sunayeri from Al Hassan this morning, at the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they can talk about different issues them we get for do with the welfare of citizens. You know, we all know say a lot of concerns when they come out from the public. People say things are very expensive. They're not on the see access to basic commodities. They're not in different communities. Them talk about energy, talk about water, talk about food stuff. When are the most important thing? Then challenges they are all they can discuss. Waiting don't go wrong. Waiting happen. Is it that government or they prioritize things and we then supposed for the prioritize? Well, are there issues and the way they discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show? And remember, see yourself for the watch the show. If you get any question for us or comments for me, you can send you comments or questions to the number +232 74 200 545 or drop them in the comment section. Now the different platform they must not watch with this morning. It's Monday and it's a brand new week.
All right, continue for watch the program at the Liberty Breakfast Show. And today, just like within Mabel mentioned, we look at issues that we don't happen across the country. Within don't go wrong all over this month or over these years across the country. We will look at them particular issues and they bring come to you. Not go inside, ensure that you be part of the program and continue for drop your message. This is one of the best shows them across the country, as every morning we always can there for bring you the very best of broadcasting across Sierra Leone. Well, we will look at the very first item inside the program this morning. As Friday, January 24, this year, Marampa Mines Limited, then done commission, but 3.75 expansion we present will be present at the community development. As of course, we reporter David Yankee said be part of that and bring account with this report.
Marampa Mines Limited, MML. Now, iron ore mines way then at the Port Loko district, now the northern part, now Salone, and self can produce a premium of 65% grade iron ore, where they can call Marampa Blue. Marampa Mines Limited, now the subsidiary of Girard Group, one of the largest employee-owned metal trade, an expensive background and history in trade of high-grade iron ore. But this Bientem, the Marampa Mines Limited, don't hold one meeting with journalists, stakeholders, and development partners for present the Community Development Fund, CDF, for 2023 and 2024, and set for commission 3.75 expansion metric tons project. Patricia Nikolopoulos, now the Chief Finance Officer, now Girard Metal, first start for talk about how they start the company.
2024, while a year marked by its challenges, has proven that with determination, investment, and innovation, we can not only overcome obstacles, but thrive in the face of them. As many of you know, the global iron ore market can be unpredictable. Prices fluctuate, demand shifts. Yet despite these uncertainties, we made the decision to invest over $200 million into state-of-the-art equipment, including a gyrating crusher, a SAG mill, an expanded power plant. Our goal was clear: increase production capacity, improve efficiency, and deliver on the promise we made to Sierra Leone, our partners, and our communities. Today we celebrate two major milestones of Marampa Mines. The first, the successful commissioning of the 3.7 million tons per year of high-grade iron ore, and the second, the presentation of our 2023 and 2024 Community Development Fund, the largest donation by any mining company in Sierra Leone's history.
And the same to talk to community people, make them tell me how they feel about this Community Development Fund.
Well, we tell the chief plenty thank you, and Mother Bio we tell and thank you for way in country day, because this help way in the kangaroo so from Marampa we glad for that. For give we one quote, we very glad.
Then we appreciate much, but we on Paramount Chief we in a PC Koblo Queen na Losan for Chief Koblo Queen the Paramount Chief. The help all the chief they help me na Marampa. Iboku we do especially with the woman there. Baku group the all chief they help Marampa na ya. If they try, really they try, if they try for we with the woman na Marampa, because anything on account to the Paramount Chief they help we.
Way in the in keynote address, President Bio before start for tell thanks to the people na Marampa Mines Limited for the good work where they do na the chiefdom.
First, I want to express my profound gratitude to the management and staff of the Marampa Mines Limited for choosing to invest and work in Sierra Leone. As a result of this investment, I'm here today to launch the M375 expansion project and to hand over a dummy check of the CDA fund to the community people.
For know about how the company don't be inclusive for human business, President Bio again.
I have been told reliably that MML has provided over 2,000 jobs for the local community, including jobs for women, which exceed the 30% minimum quota for women. Madelia, I like to hear that voice. I'm also
end up saying government committed for boost the mining sector. Now the country for make the country go develop quick one.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my part and that of my government, I will continue to assure you of the enabling environment for private sector to thrive. Sierra Leone is open for business, and I want to say at this point that MML in the various international fora where we have been present have spoken very pleasantly about their experience in Sierra Leone, and that has made it easier for others to favorably consider this destination, Sierra Leone, as a destination for investment.
For Liberty Online TV, me, na David Yankee CC report.
Alright, welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online Television. And from that report today, where David Yankee CC put together from Lone Star community, outside this past Friday, we be see the Marampa Mines go commission two big things them, where one gets for do with the M3.75 expansion, and also they may hand over a check for the 2023-2024 we get for do with community development fund. We continue with the breakfast show na Liberty Online Television, and now they go na the Sumalia community. Also people wait up na this community. There is serious concern for Saga the bad road condition where then say then road they don't dey for very long time. Let we watch as we reporter Precious Camara bingo wakade and na this Brinkam.
Today, Liberty Online TV can at the Sumalia community within at the central part of Freetown. We can talk to people them concerning the challenges they would they face na this Sumalia community.
They affect me greatly, you know, as you see the dust, they go inside we places them, so we get plenty challenges concerning this road. When we come into rain season, it can bad off, it can dig, you understand? But also it come into dry season though, we can backfill or we can flop am.
Okay, Mr. Councillor, una don't get any ongoing projects there or improvements by the road?
No, we don't get any ongoing project, you understand? The development where you see the gun, the concreting, between we self and the community, now with the tax we self, do this kind of development where you see, so we don't get any help from any other side.
So, what you want tell Papa government, then with them Soyat organizations there?
Yeah, we cry to Papa government and then Soyat NGOs them, you know, let them come on board, let them help greatly in a smaller tongue, you know, because we get plenty challenging at this road, we get people in the Fodoya, we don't get plenty accidents there with the happen. Even yesterday, as I talk, Mutuka Tonuban at this part of this road now, we get plenty challenging, and so we cry to Papa government, yeah, let them come on board, let them help we, yeah, and a big with the big government, NGOs, let them come on board, let them help we in a smaller tongue.
This community don't take this road here so. If it's for them make an out, take bike out the for them, the wound for the bike there. This road they don't take. You don't tell this road they are on well. Past now I see they make so small. They cancel on a Sumalia, and they work hard for them make this road here soon. So then we don't start down yonder. And up here and outdoor left. So the government help we now on a Sumalia for the road. The road the money we back, what are the money we? And this community here.
In a bike ride in the community with the string on the road actually. So yesterday say for much kaka to no boy na the road too bad. Do na help with government. You don't see the road here. You don't see the water back problem. Na the problem back. Do big na help with the road. The road na help we.
The road here the money we don't see. Don't pass so much here we suffer na the road here. So while they help na the road here now. We follow look bike all up well na the road here. I dey man dey follow so see man dey wound na the road there. So the big lady assist you na the road there. The road you don't say the big lady assist you the road make. We suffer na this community for this road business. You can see the car we suffer we follow na the road poto. So there I beg with the big there the papa government help we now we make the road there. I don't say the road.
So by chance una don ever talk to the big one dem at the community or government authorities dem for help una for this road?
Yeah, we don't do that. Even self the councillor they try for we because the councillor dey press. The councillor na press dem be don start for concrete the road so they don't stop back. Yes.
So wetin you want for tell Soyat organizations there and government authorities there?
Yeah, I beg you, they beg no more. Let them assist you, let the road make. Let the government assist you, let the road make. You don't tell the suffer na the road there.
These na voices from people dem wey tap na the Marathon community where they don raise concerns but the road change wey dem dey get na this particular country, and they also dey call on papa government and other Soyat organizations there wey go able help them for make the road na this country. And me wey dey bring this report, me na Precious.
All right, welcome back. You still watch the Liberty Breakfast Show where they come to you live. Now we mean studio as we continue for look at issues that they happen all about the country. Of course, many thanks to reporter Precious Kama who puts that report together. And it's my lifetime community as the community they get a lot of challenge with regards to road and infrastructure in that particular part in the country. We continue the conversation.
All right, we're telling us now this edition of the Breakfast Show today. We look at issues and we get for do with the welfare of citizens them waiting don't go wrong. Is it that government or they prioritize the welfare of citizens? Now that's what they discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. If you get any comments for me, question for ask regarding this topic, you can send them to +23274200545 or drop them in the comment section. Now the different platform them usai on the watch with this morning. Well, for talk on this, we go on the virtual link. Usai we join Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya, the Executive Director for Democracy Advocate, and also we expect Robert Kagbo for come join we in the studio. Let me just firstly go now the virtual link and talk to Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show, Mr. Dumbuya.
Abel. Good morning, viewers. Thank you for me this morning.
Hello, Mr. Dumbuya.
Good morning and good morning to all viewers and thank you for having me.
Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show, Mr. Dumbuya.
Thank you for having me this morning. Thank you.
All right, it's a pleasure for getting here this morning. Like I don't tell the viewers them, we all know a lot of concerns don't they come from the public regarding the price of commodities them na market, accessibility to different amenities them where communities them forget, water, lights, and different facilities them where people they expect say government suppose for they take care of for let the citizen they able forget simple service delivery and safe one way affordable. But let me just hear you first from your part from an overview. What do you think about the issue we get for do with citizens' welfare? How governments don't they handle citizens' welfare from your own perspective?
Yeah, thank you for the questions. Of course, general view, it don't be challenging times for the people for them accurate access to basic amenities, food, shelter, club, and other social entitlements. The laws and even governance internationally guarantee them for making them get. And of course, let's take a look at one of the most issues we affect daily lives in Leone, and we know the electricity problem. No, and this problem, like probably economic can talk about, it's like composite commodity. Now, something like touch you touch everything. You know, this become so challenging for Sierra Leone's them. They go the whole, of course, they not get lights. People go sleep, they not get lights, and we all with electricity do in a country. Electricity can ensure that
All right. One for apologize for that technical glitch we get as they try for connect Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya where they join the virtual link. Now this edition of the breakfast show. We will continue with the breakfast show. We go rectify that and shortly come over again for hearing from Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya. Let me just quickly look at other issue.
All right, continue for what? Shortly, we will join Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya for continue with the conversation. You still watch the breakfast show. They come to you live on Liberty Television on our Facebook and YouTube channel. We'll look at the next issue inside the program this morning as the Chief Minister David Senga don't see young people in Salone for able to make good use of technology. We go for get employment. David Senga talked this inside one conference where the International Trade Center been launched, and we reporter David Cisse be part of that and put this report together.
The International Trade Center na a multilateral agency where they work together with trade organization and the United Nations through the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development for help create the awareness, but how for use trade intelligence we go help for strengthen trade na the world. Now for sake of this make this be anthem, ITC join hand with the government of Salone for launch the Ready Salone project. We go create awareness to young people them na Salone, but how for use technology for market them products them. Where it be the talk. The Executive Director for International Trade Center, Pamela Hamilton, be start to explain about the importance of the Ready Salone projects.
Now, Ready Salone, as we all know, has a clear aim. It aims to make it possible for more young people to use digital technologies to grow their businesses, pursue entrepreneurship, create jobs, and improve social inclusion. But it's also about so much more than that. It's about fueling that creative spark that drives so many entrepreneurs and small business leaders to make something new, providing goods and services that help transform their communities, their country, and perhaps even the world. It's about showcasing globally more of the many technological innovations that Sierra Leone has on offer. Innovations that are already inspiring major new initiatives from development of the Philadelphia Tech City to the hosting of the West Africa Startup World Cup this April.
Within are some of the development projects them where ICT beyond the support na the country. The Minister of Trade and Industry, Honorable Ibrahim Alpha Cisse, began this for say.
We started supporting Sierra Leone, particularly the Ministry of Trade, as I said earlier, more than 38 years ago, and the last 15 years they've been very active in the Ministry of Trade. They've supported different projects. It's led it. We supported the establishment of Slipper, and today we are launching a new project. But just before this project, we supported two key projects, the West African Competitiveness Project. It has a local component specifically for Sierra Leone, and there is also the international component that is regional. I mean, in terms of the achievements of that project, in terms of achieving the outcomes, it's quite a lot. We also implemented She-Change West Africa, which was also supported by the ITC. I mean, this tells you how important the relationship is.
Inside a own talk, the Chief Minister, Dr. David Senga, explained about waiting young innovator them for they do for improve their innovative skills.
Being an innovator or an entrepreneur is not whether you have taken a class at FBC or IPAM or ETU, but it's about a mentality. You yourself thinking about yourself as a problem solver. And most importantly, that you're able to understand the problem that you are going to solve as it's contextualized within the SDGs, for us in Africa, Agenda 2063 as well, for us in Sierra Leone, the National Development Plan, and most importantly, your own rooted community problem. Until we're able to situate our problems within this space, the local, the national, the regional, and global, we wouldn't be able to solve it in a way that is sustainable.
Dr. David Senga Same way so talk about the role where government be done they play for support innovator them for grow.
One of the most important things that came out of DSTI is what is called the National Innovation and Digital Strategy. Some of us read it so many times that we know what's on exactly every paragraph in the needs. But if you go and read the needs again, you will see that the vision that we laid 6 years ago for what we will do over 10 years, we're right on track, if not we're ahead of track. The conversations we're having about building and strengthening an innovation space were visions that His Excellency had before he became president, and certainly at the launch of the National Innovation and Digital Strategy. Today, we have Salone Tech City in bold. That tech city as an idea was envisioned back then. The program we're about to launch centers on electronic money, mobile money, e-innovation. If you look into the National Innovation and Digital Strategy, you will see it there.
The Chief Minister, Dr. David Senge, end up say, the Salone government go continue for work with the International Trade Center for improve the skills of young entrepreneurs them for know how to use technology for markets them products them. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mohamed Kamara, the report.
Back, you still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online Television, and we'll continue to look at more issues inside this edition of the breakfast show. Before we go back to the studio guest them, let me first quickly go now the Sierra Leone Muslim Senior Secondary School, the Sierra Leone Muslims Congress Senior Secondary School. Also, reports were reached Liberty Online TV last week now that some people been get fet they will be made them miss for born the principal in office. Well, with him being go Wakade and Al-Hassan Kuruma go give him on waiting exactly if not say happen now the Sierra Leone Muslim Congress Senior Secondary School.
Senior Secondary School na school we tap na the eastern part na Freetown. This school don't produce plenty student them across the country. This BNTM problem be done they happen as two people they fight for the position of principal, where the mission be don't advertise the position. The acting principal, Alassane Camara, na one way also they vie for the position of principal, where he been they talk to Liberty Online TV on the recent development where don't they take place at the school. He say because of the fight for the position, make some people attempt for burn the office of the principal.
Well, of course, security they in place. Of course, on the 12th of January, around 1 o'clock p.m., some thugs then began at the office, then broke in as soon as I can see the window, then decide for light fire. Of course, with the help of God, the fire actually catch, but everything be stopped. Yes, so we tell God thank you because them one of the objectives now for burn the office. I don't know what motivate them for do that.
They continue to say police officers are now there for guide the office of the principal because of the attempt where some people make this BNTM.
Well, the police officer then they did for ID call and say for security, for make sure say the community you get people around the way they take advantage of situation for make sure say because this office of itself is not only about papers. We have other documentation. They will get other equipment they would use in the laboratory. If you turn at the back, we get microscope, we get beakers, we get pipettes, we get burettes, and then very large supply. Now the back usas you don't so. Then we get other chemicals like formalin, silver, nitrate. It will be kept because the prep room is how they keep them. Where other people can go there, like them prism them, thing we portable, then can take and go with her. So we always reserve them because if you go in a science wall, it's very, very expensive.
As Mr. Alassane Camara self wants the position, he explained waiting at some of the things them where he don't do since he joined the institution.
Well, I've done a lot, and of course, as you can see, when I become a science teacher, and I teach full time. I teach chemistry and mathematics. And of course, this is not science school. And apart from that, again, the performance of the Peking them is very, very outstanding. Like this was 2024. We get about 62 Peking them and get 949 credit. Then, of course, the 8 credits, we get something like 98. So they do extremely well in terms of performance, not only at WAS, but even at the university level. we get students then we don't left here within the commerce because we normally compare with commerce, and of course although you get the engineering student, but we always lace with students then within the commerce, like Musa Tula, the other one when they call Kaloko and others, we then go pre-med A, then get 5 for 5. Is pre-med 2 back, then get 5, including biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, English.
Acting Principal Alassane Camara end up say they don't go through interview at the Teaching Service Commission and they wait for TSC for give letter to the substantive principal. For Liberty Online TV, Alhassan Koma the report.
Right, welcome back. You still watch the Liberty Breakfast Show where they come to you live na the different platform them. Also, on the watch you this morning. We tell you say today we can look at the welfare of citizens them waiting don't go wrong. We make so many concerns that come from the public regarding things whether they expect say governments for the able for handling, especially in terms of service delivery. Now that's what they discuss in this edition of the Breakfast Show. Earlier we've been on the line, sorry, Ibrahim Dumbuya, where we can go to back shortly. But let me just introduce the other studio guests, where Robert Skagbo, the chairman for the National Consortium on Public Accountability. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show. It's a pleasure having you here this morning.
Thank you. Pleasure for the honor studio.
All right, so they come to you shortly. Let me just go back on the line as we go. Talk again to Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya, Executive Director for Democracy Advocates. Welcome again on the line, Ibrahim.
I hope so now they get
We
me
be
clear
get some
now.
technical issue we make we been lost you on the line. So like I been asked earlier, how you go describe the issue of service delivery, how government on the handle them where it come to the welfare of citizens them.
Yeah, as I be starts, I say a very challenging for the people of Sierra Leone, for them for actually enjoy access the basic entitlements them as citizens of Sierra Leone. The people of Sierra Leone they're facing health crisis, economic crisis, then stagnation, unemployment, and corruption, and bad governance. So all of them things there we the people in the facing in Sierra Leone are concerned because the parental concept of everything you get to deal with bad governance. We at least government to some extent, because I cannot say in all areas, to some extent they feel for pay attention to things them way associated to good governance, like the electricity, like issues of price control, and like issues of the health and emergency issues, like even the infrastructure, whether be it physical infrastructure or administrative infrastructure. So most of them things they are challenging things. I like say again for start with one of the serious one way right now is very serious because the economics thing you always look at that and they say it's part of what they can call a composite commodity. It's like a very it's like a pregnant woman where if you touch them you don't touch the entire system. So now like the electricity don't become very very challenging for Sierra Leoneans. For go a whole day without electricity, or even go 2 3 days without electricity, and the electricity don't become some kind of dependence of mostly Sierra Leoneans them forgets them daily living, maybe for sell cold water or for even sell some of the food the way they can put in a freezer for for able for preserve for long. Even the sustenance activities, what I mean the sustenance, I mean the personal life of people in the household, you know, electricity don't become challenging to them. Because imagine how we get food crisis in the country now, where we say somebody they cook in 1 week or 2 weeks plus us, but lights not there for put them. You know, they even forget the money for let it go buy in a market at price control, but you want to manage in life due to the high rate of inflation in Sierra Leone. So it take say, well, I go able to manage and get me 1 week plus us. If we week you don't manage, lights not there for let able for preserve that 1 week plus us. So it's another additional hardship on the lives of Sierra Leoneans them. So in that area of electricity is very challenging. And no say also electricity an issue connected to health services in Sierra Leone. For instance, cannot actually operate without proper electricity. A cottage cannot operate without proper electricity. King Herman Gold Hospital cannot operate without proper electricity, and all the private hospitals them. So when there is lack of electricity, there is also threats to lives in Sierra Leone. Because imagine you get an emergency issues or an emergency operation for let them do pass somebody that cannot hospital or lost in a cottage, then lights not there for let them do them. Imagine they use the word emergency operation. That means maybe if they not do this operation, there's every tendency for let the person lost in lives. Even within the twinkle of an hour, within the twinkle of minutes, their lights not the or they start for begin do the operation. In the middle of the operation, their lights go. And the issue of electricity also is a centered issue of USAI. When you look at them, say it don't become a public deceit and it don't become a public affront to theft, even by the very institution where they represent the government, when ETSA. People are paying for services and they are not getting the equivalent to the services, or they are not getting the fit for purpose of what they are paying for. Imagine. So, and such a public distrust on any government institution is a public distrust on the entire system of governance, because each government institution is an agent of the central government or the state itself.
Ibrahim, yeah, Ibrahim, like you mentioned inside your opening statement, you talk about plenty issues that we don't happen with regards seeking the welfare of Sierra Leoneans. First, you talk about bad governance, corruption, price control, but you stress more on electricity. And plenty of people they watch now will say it's been a very long time where this now challenging issue for we as Sierra Leoneans. Government can, government go. This has been one of the most serious issues across the country where we're not able to solve with regard giving the welfare to people. And like you mentioned, electricity is one of the most precious something where people across the country they use for let able for move along with their daily life. So also I would miss the point with regards having efficient electricity all about the country.
I subscribe from the word where you use efficient, which is a very, very good word for make I able describe the entirety of the electricity system. Yes, I agree. Say electricity problem don't be now a perennial problem na Salone. Yes, I agree. Say government in, government out, it don't become challenging. But we got to look at waiting and call the magnitude of assessment, meaning how you do comparative analysis to waiting from waiting and be the apple last week and waiting happen this week. How yesterday be day and how today day and how today day and how tomorrow get for day. Now, the present situation of the electricity compared to previous years of the electricity, it's quite different from a magnitude. Now, it is persistent, it is consistent, because the electricity is not efficient and not effective compared to yesterday. Yes, yesterday the electricity been get problem, but now be intermittent problem, and even when it was intermittent problem, but to some extent it was affordable and it was accessible, and money paid for services was rendered. But in these particular situations, you waste it also. With all honesty, I'm sure the area where they maybe you don't pass 2-3 days if you know your light, or maybe so the area where you can go even 2-3 days you know they get light. Even the very institutions, the Liberty Online, where they operate, so it's rely on electricity. Then they now administrative challenges for owner. You are paid for electricity, but you are not getting it sufficient except you get to go buy fuel. Which is possible not only Liberty Online TV, but cut across other institutions. So not for say person go say not to a perennial problem. That person they go be a dishonest citizen for say the electricity challenge not to a perennial problem. It's a perennial problem. But we'll look at how effective and efficient it is now. And the magnitude of the efficiency and effectiveness is very low. Then we'll look at affordability and accessibility. The electricity in affordability was questionable. Imagine the increase of tariff. How much for 100 units? How many days you use 100 units? I mean, yesterday when you be 100 units, it will take you probably throughout the month. But now 100 units with all your appliances, the way you get yesterday, 100 units, they take you throughout the month. But now 100 units, it can only take you maybe a day. If you are lucky, maybe it will go 2 days. That's not the concern we talk about. And when we talk about them thing that it cannot be disconnected also to the price control, which is the inflation. Inflation gets two components of approaches. Yes, you get the international circle. You get the international circle of price control. Then you get the domestic circle of price control. Fine. That is why when government is in charge, you put structures in place for your domestic regulations where you for able to manage the affairs, so you go able to combat the international force of price control where they come. Other countries are doing it. Ghana, Nigeria, come to Guinea. They are subsidizing. They are connecting to other local power electricity supplies. All of them things there. You go to Ghana, but Sierra Leone, sometimes we just able on this hydro dam power supply business of electricity. I mean, to some extent, we get a very, very good weather winding conditions of Usai we are able for develop other electricity plants them. Like wind, of course, and they you get the world don't advance. It don't advance. So because this not a very challenging thing, and affordable, accessible to an extent as it was yesterday. That is why we always talk say, let us handle the problem today. Me sometimes I know when they say, hey, but yesterday na so no. Let us handle the problem today. The responsibility of government is to handle what it is and not what it was yesterday in comparative analysis. No, what it is. Let the comparative analysis.
Ibrahim?
Yes.
With that context there we don't build, what thing you think say go wrong? Is it that governments not set them priorities right, or not just the resources not enough for them able for the effective service delivery?
Well, thank you very much. If somebody said the resource is not available to me, I disagree. I mean, it could be a dishonest approach for me for saying the resources not the one. Let us look at the scale of preference put in it. Like you say, you use the word priority. Now, what in the government prioritize? Now, in the government they go by. I think electricity has not been an issue of priority in this government. Examples can be tapped from the Auditor General report. Examples can be tapped from the agreement that this government is having with the car powership at present. Okay, so now, if government scale them preference properly, then they're able to handle the electricity problem. Imagine more than 200 billion unaccounted for, you know how much, if that money was managed properly, how it will be able, you know how much the electricity institution misappropriate, mismanaged, unaccounted for, indicated in the Auditor General report. That money could have been a help for let them handle the issue of the car power ship. Car power ship was effective and efficient yesterday. Why it is not effective and efficient today? Electricity was affordable and accessible. Yesterday, probably 3-4 days, you go consecutively, you get light. Why it is not today? That simply means it can be handled. If Ibrahim can handle electricity yesterday, at least the power was like affordable to like 60 to 75%. Yes, Robert Kundema can also handle it today. It varies only on the scale of preference. So, what thing don't go wrong? Now the intensity of corruption at the country, mismanagement of allocated resources, not being managed or akin to the proper allocation that the money is being budgeted for. One. Then the number two aspect is the priority.
Okay. Let me just hold you there. Continue for the on the line as we come over to robots. Let we hear you waiting at your perspective in terms of government providing service delivery, the welfare of the citizens, them waiting don't go wrong. We just don't hear it from Abraham. You don't outline your concerns and the things and when things say don't go wrong. It don't coin them way all fall under bad governance forum. We come over to you, robots. From your own perspective, how you go describe the way how government on the handle citizens' welfare?
Well, thank you very much. First, before we go detail to the conversation, if I will just want to make some few put out more based on what my brother say. Sometimes, in as much as we speak on behalf of the people, sometimes we get first the fact and then look at what are the pitfalls and how we can find solutions to those pitfalls. And then I just want to bump on two on the last topic when I get before we go detail on overall within the challenges across the sectors. The issue we get for talk with electricity, we all know so this is not a perennial problem from the past government and the current government. For me, I work directly with the late minister, Eddie Macaulay, where they are the Minister of Energy at that time. We know the challenges that will be there at the sector. Yeah, like a perennial problem we get for do. I talk about the electricity. Of course, you know, see, we get for complement each other. The previous government did well in terms of whether they initiate this car power ship stuff. And we all know say we system not be don't get problem over the years in terms of the Bomuna, all of the challenges and even the Kinton power station side be there. These all not be working by the way. But the area of electricity, I won't follow the common government on that now. If I have to speak, now like this one at Liberty TV, so not to generate one like that. So now light day now, now Liberty, not to generate. Now the same. No, that's a light.
Just because today you're lucky for me, light. No, that's we tell you.
No, that's a light. So you know the challenges that we did now the car partnership in terms of agreement, government kind of come. But one thing again, Uber responsibility as a citizen. All of this thing government they do in terms of reforms, the energy sector, you will find out say government was okay. This community need expand. The community don't large. No government can put a transformer. The same community people they go destroy that transformer. Whose role the community people play for ensure say for stop them what they play. You get back again at this same seat today. Or no people who they thief electricity, don't they pay electricity. Go to the remote, go to this community, the WAF communities. There are people that thief electricity massively. So all of these things undermine government, the energy sector. So if we want to be patriotic and show so we focus as a nationalistic, people they intend for government carry this initiative. First, like we say, government don't try, we don't secure funding from the MCC grants for what they can for improve on the energy sector. Now they would look forward. Not for say because of this government. This government will go, other government come and continuity. 1, 2, 1 for focus on the progressive development of the country. Some of us don't get opportunity, don't travel. Like South Africa country, don't say then country don't move in terms of progressive. So for energy sector, we know it's not challenging. But the government at least will generate electricity. That time, like no yes, like they go. Even where they was in the region, so like as the lights go. So you don't know what is the problem that day. But not say that constant electricity 24 light don't go there for 1 or 2 days, 3 days. No. At least for lights go at least next 1 to 4 hours, light must come back again. So, that a region to start there.
Robert, from what you talk, you mentioned about certain things and we get for do it the priority. Say this government not prioritize electricity.
I ain't going to prioritize. Without electricity, you have to account to investor. I ain't going to prioritize electricity. If you allow the investor to come the country, will the electricity that? No. For me, I want to skew from that debate today. Let me just focus. Yes, we all get all for play. How we as Liberty TV now for Talk State will get a special program for the one community people now say we're not left for the thief electricity, we're not left for the illegal connection, we're not left for the go destroy the transformer all the people that they committed. We know when this government can in the last 5 years, you see number of damage that we take on the transformer in the community. They go thief cable and this that. So these are problems. They undermine government for let government not go. It is not go work. Not just because you're participating in governance. You can for destroy now the transformer away almost 1,000 people for benefit from that community. So a lot of issues and they if you go cut cable. If you say NPA go put cable, no, then go ensure and go fix the problem. Because you put the power on, it will cause damage at the community. So these are all problems we need to look at how cable address. Not just try for change your mindset as a Sierra Leonean. That should be our focus.
So for you, government is at the right track in terms of service delivery, where you talk about the welfare of citizens.
Now I'm just focus on the energy sector, so we can move for other sector. That we'll lose. We say well.
No, because that I be asking for you.
No service, yeah, of course, yes, of course.
In terms of government catering for citizens and welfare.
No, well, apparently there are a lot of issues that I think say government really need for be improved in terms of effective service delivery. For instance, like how they say me newspaper owner, Ericsson newspaper, they come up with a survey now. They start with us February. We want for look at on the performance contract and where the minister enable be signed in terms of effective service delivery. What this institution do, how people get access to those facilities and they so get for get conversion and they. So for me, we're going to look at from the holistic point of view. We know service delivery is a major concern for you all. How people access, like for so once we go to the how people access energy, electricity, how people access water facilities. These are just basic necessities we got where people get like energy, water supply, where people most need. How effective, how Guma Valley don't improve in terms of the water supply in the Western area. How Salwako don't improve on Western and the rural because they are in charge of the rural area. So other services in terms of if you want passport, how government will get access to passports in 300 high. Compare like for instance, you can sit in the US, you just see you don't get a passport the other day. You want to go back and get to the bank. How customer people don't get access them facilities at them bank. So I've been seeing in terms of the rural community, how government will improve the infrastructure, the good network. These are all service delivery across the board. You know there are challenges in terms of the commodity as well, the food wise. We have say government really need for go back to drawing board and how government for improve, just say, especially for those basic commodities when food stuff. How government for controlling them. People just grab on the chicken eye, you just increase price with price control and major challenge.
Seeking the welfare of the people, key priority for the
sure,
government.
Of course.
On your perspective, how they look at that trajectory? How government they focus on issues that we get to do with the welfare of people?
Well, if you government no focus, you go make the government very unpopular. I believe say government they make some strive for ensure say how we able for improve the living condition of the people. Though there are challenges, that did not make any mistake. There are challenges where I think the government need for improvement. Because if the government don't improve, people don't go against the government. No. Now you see government just look like government don't review on the price of the rice. The rice formula don't come. So then one priority, we say relative the need for go down. At least if you guys go back to 500,000, that's fine. Because considering the fact that how much do they pay the minimum wage when 800 you have to buy one bag rice, consider the rice. So the good bold step now we government make for ensure say how they're able to reduce the cost of rice. Again, not only rice, there are all are also basic commodities away like the mine, yabas, pepper. When I would look at police now, we all just the gap thing when just the go like per mine now. Now play the bonner. Now then tick bush family the one per mine. Go cut the bangas. Swipe per mine for the expensive. And not to import you import the per mine for car. So what are those where the Ministry of Trade get all over for play and a coordination center. Coordination is the biggest problem across the sectors. When I really go wrong, where I think say that they really don't undermine themselves how for complement each other. I think say coordination is the biggest problem across all the sectors.
You feel say government they prioritize the welfare of the citizens?
Of course, if the government prioritizes it, the government go very unpopular. Government is trying to say that they meet, provide the basic social so for the people of this country. If the government make a government will be very unpopular.
Are they popular? as we speak?
Well, apparently, of course, the government they make some strive for make them popular because that is why government they try as much as possible for extra donor partner. Government they try for also make things okay for the ordinary man down there. Though yes, things are very tough for the ordinary man down there because every day you gap, you usually want to put food on the table. There are challenges like I say, no, we're not shy from the fact to challenge them. But government they provide dispensable income in terms of making microcredit loan facilities, especially for women them, so that they're able to keep themselves. Those are those areas the government go for addressing today. Government also government able to improve more for ensure to create the enabling environment for the private sector. Because one, government alone not able to employ everybody in this country. It's not possible. Even powerful nations like in the US, UK, no. Government they create the enable environment for the private sector for invest, create more job opportunity like in the mining sector. So if the mining sector the boom, people not return for work for government. For me, what is it so? Yes, I get me private company where they run. I can employ myself. I'm not dependent government say government give me job. At least I get back over 100 people I employ to work for me. So that's what we get for do. We get like for instance, like a lady we somebody want know. We don't go graduate from IPAM, don't commodity for me go no the work instead of focus on tailoring. So that's tailoring I hope you establish, you get all of things they get people who employ, they make money. A friend of mine again, I graduate from IPAM with my collection. They don't come out doing business program now. Wait, can you set up a shop where you employ people to work for? Instead of go, not all man depend for work in office. So not all man need work. Let's just government just clear the environment wherein government for sure say to the Minister of Finance, how coordination go there between the Bank of Salone and the other commercial banks there, so that they can give soft loan to Sierra Leone. So government for sure prioritize.
But 7 years down the line, should we be talking about creating environment to set proper coordination for this?
Yes, every for day. If not create the enablement, invest on the kaya. You got government for create the enabling environment. If the environment not there, no way for the private sector come. So we still keep on the government create the enabling environment so people will come for invest. Corruption. For instance, una so first, government don't create the space for una don't create the space for una say employment liberty. Una very impressive job una do so. Not like-minded of young people that una come together for set up this structure. When an amazing idea. So if they enable environment, they will not go set up this structure here for ourselves. So not just that job, not create employment for ourselves. Then we say about other people. So you see.
What about corruption? One thing where they eat into the fabrics of development across the country.
Yeah.
And if I can able to extract from within Ibrahim the talk where we get online, we talk about issue that we get for do with corruption.
Okay.
And that's now something as well we affects the welfare of citizens, because we get plenty of people they corrupt. In draw attention to what we for do with the Auditor General's report for 2023.
Well, the Auditor General report, like I say, now that thing we'll get for look at. One thing we get for understand Auditor General report. These are expert opinion. Again, when the Auditor General, not all to what the Auditor General they write. Now, some people they don't thief money or blah blah blah. We have to understand the context. At the time when the Auditor General come for Audit Liberty TV, they request for information documented. They not provide the document today. At that time they go. Then get the management letter with the rights. Who the head of Liberty get for response to the management letter? So if you not provide the document, maybe a receipt or this that, you go visit and eat. Not to eat, but if you come for clarify in the next year. The auditorium the pull and day. If not provide, for instance, I want to buy furniture, then tell them they can ask for invoice, not do proper something. This is something. Not just that money they can say don't chop. Oh. You understand? That just procedures them. Therefore, it's look like what's in the audit account, public account committee do. There are money where Zulabs will pay. We're not going to pay, but they capture to the audit report. You see how they make payment for pay, not to people that eat the money. So not to say we go there say auditor put here and there, now chop, they don't chop the money, then do.
But
these are issues
them majority of them money although you they say now because when the auditors can
provide the documentation at the time.
You are aware say billions of loans and thousands of dollars they were up till now. People still not account for we mean say they don't use them but they're not able for pull proof say then use them for the people.
So you know how much money the public account committee recover from last one from the 2023 2022 audit report and today 2023?
Even at that.
No, you don't see the money how they recover that and they. I'll tell you what are the guys for say. This money where they say Auditor General report, of course, you're so concerned because they work on accountability. When they give money, if you account for them, accountability now top priority. When they give how you spend the money, but people because of process and procedure, people don't want to follow procedure. These are the challenges there. Because when they give money, not follow the normal procedure. Now this is the problem. Audit will pick up. Because if I follow the procedures,
corruption they happen at the different agencies and then departments.
Well, you know, collection relative, like how they say, you get for look at
in your own words,
in the context you have for put
corruption. You know, if it's a corruption, they take place at inside. And like you mentioned about the Public Accounts Committee, where recover.
Yes.
If they recover certain funds, it means those are missing funds.
Not because you not pay for them. Not for instance, like Jubla not to eat like not to eat it because you not be so overpaid. They overpay, not pay. So they recover that money from you. Then, for instance, if they come na Liberty, when I supposed to withholding tax them for na staff and not pay, all land the audit will pick up then say, not to me they eat the money, then just wait and not pay, so that if I pay back the money they back. So we have to look at the complexity of the work of the auditor general. So while the people say, na chop money, that just of the people don't follow process and procedure. These are the big challenges that cost the board.
All right, Robert Skagbo continue for the with me. Now the program is still a Waji Liberty Breakfast Show where they come to you live. Now we Cantonment Road Studio and the different platform them also when they get to this morning. Sitting at the program where they look at the welfare of citizens, them waiting don't go wrong. Governments are able to handle this through service delivery and other issues and they will discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. We get Robert Skagbo at the studio with when a chairman for the National Consortium on Public Accountability, and also on the virtual link also will come shortly. We get Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya, when an executive director for democracy advocate. Let we go join with sponsors them, and after that we will come back and continue for look at more issues inside the Breakfast Show this morning.
Hello, Barry.
Hey, Sadie, what's up?
How are you?
Samo, hook me up quick. Samo, someone going forget some football pictures them for this week. I don't check all the side them all day done. But I'm help me to one when I'm going for Ginger and Swagger for this week.
Ask Leo.
Ask Leo? Who is Leo?
Ask Leo, Sam. I did it. No, can't go to me feeling. No. Allow me to finish my food.
Leo will help you. Open an account, check your balance, buy airtime to pop, send money. Leo will help you locate the nearest ATM point. Leo will help ease your stress by helping you get the most fascinating fixtures. Oh yes, for our football lovers. Leo will do this and many more.
Wow!
All you need to do is save Leo to your mobile phone with the number +232 79 919 919 and get to chat with Leo on WhatsApp. Go on, try it now. You can also chat with Leo on Facebook Messenger by typing UBA Chat Banking. Leo is your virtual banker who serves you wherever you are with just one click away. It is UBA. We are your #1 bank for all the right reasons. For more inquiries, call us on +232 78 200 200 or follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at uba.sl. We are Africa's global bank.
All right, welcome back. You still watch the Liberty Breakfast Show. From there, we commercially we continue with the program. This is not the breakfast show we always come to you from Monday to Friday as we look at plenty issues the way they happen across the country. And of course, today we look at the welfare of citizens and waiting don't go wrong across the country. We get Robert Skagbo, we are the chairman, National Consortium on Public Accountability, the at the studio, and of course online we'll be down to talk with Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya. We are the executive director for League of Democracy Advocates. We will continue the conversation.
All right, we'll go back on the line. Osai will join Ibrahim again at the virtual link. We just be done listening to robots. We according to our more need for be done, but in non believe say money them. For example, where the accountant general can put say missing phone at in a week in loss because according to them, the recoveries them where the public accounts committee don't make the show say there is a progress. Where they show say their money are not in loss at all. We go over again, forget Ibrahim. All right, Ibrahim, like we continue with the conversation. Now we don't talk to robots. We don't hear a robot in perspective in terms of service delivery and also government catering for ensure say the welfare of citizens them they on track according to waiting in don explain, although according to Ram again, more need for be done. As we continue with the conversation and come back to you, the issue we get for do with corruption where you been talk about earlier and self bad governance, how you go unpack them if government really want for prioritize the welfare of citizens them?
Yeah, thank you. And by descriptions, I feel say the Anti-Corruption Commission, the commission itself, then they try in their own way, but I believe say them no, they try on the basis of public interest. And the fight against corruption must not be a fight that should be politicized or selective. Now, a fight way for be a public fight because you the fight for public money. And I'll come back to see Mr. Kondema make mentions about the audit report. I want to make we understand say the audit institution is established by constitutional provision and it operates under an act of parliament. So that means they're charged with the responsibility for investigate account of public money. And I want to let people know say in the public report of 2023, not only money of 2023, even money them billions of loans the way still not be accounted for 2022. Yanda Pompom still be indicated in the audit report. Say those monies or evidence have yet still not be provided for. Waiting I want they mean. How imagine 2022, they're still able for under 2022 misappropriation. Still boku money then the way they're not paid. Because any report where they come out any year, the audit report, they make sure say they examine what has been recovered in the previous years and what has not been recovered yet, and evidence the way they not provide for it. So I don't know if Mr. Robert Kondema will tell me say still the people them will wait for them back for let them provide evidence. 2022 evidence you not provide it. They don't investigate 2023. Other additional corruption they don't add pantap waiting 2022. You're not done it. So we still for wait for 2022 evidence for letting come. No. For the literal and for the layman, they deem and define them say na corruption, and those monies should be recovered. Of course, to some extent, ACC don't try in their own ways them for recovered certain money them, but also 80% of the money the way ACC recover. These are not monies that were included in the Auditor General report. These were monies that independent investigation was done by the SEC. Either it connected to whistleblowers like the media or civil society, or any protected whistleblower when I employ with institution. SEC mount an investigation into the issues then they and recover some money. Some of the other money the way they recover, where I go say some of them are 10% money the way they recover out of 100%. The 10% I go say they are connected to the Auditor General report. And interestingly, the Auditor General report is 90% specifically targeting public institutions that are connected to the consolidated fund. And most of these institutions are headed by political appointees. So if you spend 80% on your own independent strength to recover certain monies from private people the way they operate with government people where they thief money and they are like bank the way they thief NRA tax money or this or that. Then you for still use that 80% day for recover indicated unaccounted money for inside the Auditor General report in collaboration of the Public Account Committee. But we have seen where people have been reported, imagine, to the SEC for corruption allegations. The SEC, they come back and tell we say, well, waiting happen will make this money go this way now because of administrative defect. I mean, when you read corruption holistically, the elements already constitute corruption. Even within the act itself, the 2008, as amended in 2019 Act of the ACC, administrative defect is an element of corruption. So if you say that issue happened at SLBC, it was due to an administrative defect, so therefore you call on collect and put administrative structure for prevent such thing not for happen again, then it is a corruption. Why not prosecuting those issues? If you say that issue happen at parliament, now so administrative irregularities, so you recommend that government and president for take action and that parliament for put administrative procedures for prevent such thing from happening again when the act has already been happening. And the law na Salone say when somebody thief, whether with administrative knowledge or administrative principle, a thief, say it didn't for become a criminal if you prosecute her. And when you prosecute her for become, when you don't become a criminal, you're not eligible again for all public office or either for do business with government. So if you are failing to prosecute certain people, but you are categorizing them under these now administrative anomalies, it means you very well know, say, if that person is prosecuted and is convicted, you're not eligible for all public office or do business with government. So that is an anchor of selective justice and selective investigation. Now I go back to the word, say this, it tie down to what we call priority. Come border, they say how government will priority. Well, I think priority in the whole sense, now that what do you take utmost serious? So I mean, let's come back to corruption. Let's come to the ACA, the audit report. I mean, the audit report, the missings of billions in the audit report. Audit report, they make comments how the style, the pattern and manner upon which the money they are lost. Now that style, that pattern, that manner, now don't constitute the act of criminality. That is it. It's not.
Ibrahim, yeah. You get me, Ibrahim?
So, yes.
Yeah, you don't mention plenty things with regards to waiting Robert's talk on issues that we get for do with corruption. Where you don't talk more with regards to see government no gets they not prioritize certain things. So in my own way of asking, what do you think the government prioritize in all the different sectors? What do you think the government prioritize?
One thing I will tell you, to be honest with you, I see government really prioritize they put effort in education. Because if you look at the budget allocation, 22% and what, that is very huge. That shows government is really pouring, because I know saying that one of them the flagship program. And the other things the way I see government prioritize now that to clean the country's image internationally as alleged by them, by the government, say they focus, imagine boldly government authorities in the camp, they say we focus for clean the country image internationally. You cannot clean the country image internationally without handling the internal problems. Now the internal problems Now they reciprocate to the international world. That's the I go call them. I don't know. There is a figurative expression. I think it is paradoxical. You left waiting for handle inside internationally when there are corruptions, administrative anomalies, when there is a disunity to certain level. All of these things are what government needs to be handled, because now the result in this way they go out internationally if we go present. So it begs the question: what actually government is going to present out there to clean the image of Sierra Leone? Because the evidence needs to come from within. Now the evidence you go, it's not by words, and to say we prioritize this not by words, by action. So I can say kudos, government is trying when it comes to education, and funnily, when they come first, government been put a priority on agriculture. But after 1-2 years, it missing. For example, the Toma Boom. How many $1 million don't lost in the Toma Boom rest project? 30 days, no harvest. But government was very serious. And always in the talk, they can't put food on the table. And when they start the Toma Boom, some of we commend government for that. We call on Sierra Leoneans for embrace that agenda day. But after 1 to 2 years, we don't see any harvest from Toma Boom. We don't know the millions of dollars where government don't spend at Toma Boom. Here we don't see. But yet we are still importing rice for supply to even the prisons officers and the police, them all. But we feel safe for coming from the Toma Boom, because if that's them being king and focus on that, and even when we don't engage SCC on why are they not investigating the Toma Boom issue? On it. Now 6 years this. 30 days on it. So government focus on cleaning the image internationally, and government focus on signing international treaties. Government prioritize on international traveling to participate in conferences, even some conferences which are not statutory obligated conferences. Governments are going there. Big authorities. Do you know when a president moves, he moves with delegation? So it's specifically not less than $500,000 when the president moves. He moves with delegation. And when the president moves with his wife, the wife self gets a delegation. So if $500,000, you add the first lady in delegation, is about $700 and something thousand, close to $1 million for each travel where government they travel. Where you do the comparative calculation and analysis for each travel, but some of them travels then you get designated representative them where they able go there, where not just $10,000 it will cost government for them participate. Imagine you don't go on international program where be say the foreign affairs minister for the day. If the foreign affairs minister is going, maybe if you go people and now either 3 or 4, you spend past $10,000. But if you left, you go there as government, as a president, when it is not a statutory obligated.
All right, Ibrahim. When they come back to you shortly, let's just bring Kondema inside. We will come back to you, Ibrahim. So in terms of priorities, you think, say, government, they get them priorities, right? Where you look at the welfare of the citizens and how then they handle them?
So let's put it into perspective. When the government, the last 5 years, government prioritize education. We all see what the government do in terms of budget allocation. These are the first government we increase allocation budget for ensure that they're really committed in terms of the education system in this country. We don't see the number of construction of schools where don't go, and we don't see school of excellence the way they don't construct, like Port Local, even Kenema, yeah. We don't see the school feeding program where they go on successful in our community them, still ongoing. We don't see the number of enrollment of women there, because government gives a priority to women, especially when they go for the science stream. So they go to the university, even the scholarship program the government give them. I think the reforms don't take place at the education sector. That will be the first priority we government they make. So a lot of discuss gets they will know that they are. And when they come back in the second term now, wouldn't they? So these are the second year now. Government prioritized get the 5 big changes, which of course then prioritize agriculture. We don't see the progressive step because all of this, like I said earlier, we government we don't invest a whole lot of money on the Tomabo project. Yeah, where I think say that for them yield some dividend in terms of all of this. So they go so now for buyers also go for big things of the past. Yeah, and the president take the bull by the own, and the Minister of Agriculture and other sector players, international partners, so our government will carry for strengthening the agriculture sector so that we want for left everlasting legacy, so that going follow the by them, then Russia, then Chinese, then white Russia, this that we just focus on we local produce Russia. When in a twinkle of eye, you could just just get that rest. You go there all across the country. Where I think same, one of the deep down there, so that the suffering will come up behind the people of this country in terms of for there we they go buy expensive guys where they import the kind of this country. So government don't look at that area in terms of the agriculture. So see more of tools, agricultural tools, and tractors, and so that government put strict mechanism in terms of how they're going to say the Tomabo project kind of reality, because government will put this kind of money, end of the people not get the results they want, and that will be a very big slap to government. So I think the government don't put more emphasis on the agriculture sector. Again, in the overall picture in terms of the service delivery across the board, like I said, a lot of challenges in our sector players. We get MDs, then they implement service the community, even like local councils, then get that service and back with the offer in terms of the rural communities that the council get already play all of these. It's it's going to be like a partnership wide the central government and the local government aspect. So government don't make some strive, like I said, because we keep monitoring them in terms of waiting the same for offer for the people. We go say I'm like the suffering. More like that they would say like this Munafa stuff, where I think one of the big things that they will be really coming government in the last 5 years, where they pour more cash for empower women them. Yeah, even like the SSNE project where they go to pay people and then community them with ACC the monitor through a commercial bank where they pay that's through SIM couple. You see a lot of stuff that they go government they reach out. Though yes things are very hard. Government knows things are hard for the people of this country. Yeah. But again, we again as a city will also get a role for play. We can only keep on depend on government. Government also can try. You see, say like me, so I get the private sector where they go. I'll create job opportunity for people. You see other you tend for go back for go create problem. I give you job instead of go do job, not that you go do. End of the big problem to the company.
But at this stage, whose sector you go describe say need urgent attention if for place priority on the people and welfare?
The agriculture sector are one. Even the trade are two. Because some of the things that they come, we just try rocket food price they go, control not the day sometimes, it's very challenging. And there are people who tend to undermine government. Because if the Ministry of Trade more get power, the ministry gets consumer protection council we don't make. For instance, how they keep people there's food and be safety. The government gets a whole monitoring and evaluation department. If I just say for work in consonance with the Ministry of Trade, most of them tell the council, people not just gap, just do this price for instance. There should be a price control across the board because things are very hard. Things they go cheap. Like for instance, go buy, you buy things from supermarket, the other buy at two different prices. Here. Our government can go for address of them things, especially like the GST. The tax also can make more increments on the internet. So government can for do some review. Let be things will be affordable for people. They live across the board. So let control the Ministry of Trade, agriculture sector, government purely need for play attention that day. Because in as much as when it took over, it came back in second term, they say agriculture and priority. So priority for being on agriculture. Because if people get rest, anything, that will be fine. Even the trade ministry, it's just then get strong mechanisms like a trade monitors there, where they monitor people in the market. Just grab price you can't price. More like we look at police. We look at for more expensive than the police with the way they can in this country. So for be so. And our government played through the Ministry of Transport, especially like food they would take an upline cut and all land the mechanisms there. For instance, I used to buy jelly 1,000, now jelly na 10,000. Why? We jelly not to buy na ticket, you go to community and go pull. You need pay tax for the car. You have to pay they pay tax for Canada attack the same price. Per mine at the same team.
So waiting government for do for regulator because like If I mention about price control,
when now they say the trade ministry get role for play and the Ministry of Finance, they go all on the trade ministry and standard bureau, and they get for play. Permanent not for expensive. Why permanent for expensive? Where permanent a banga tick they go call them bona and not to who they buy. Now the forest now tick they now the village then cut the forest pull and stick and burn the permanent counter.
But now
so,
all the mismanagement here make Ibrahim they describe saying a bad governance and corruption.
Well, not to bad governance per se. You know we're saying a bad governance. Not to bad governance. Now your own perspective how you put that thing. We're not saying a bad governance. Now institutional failure structures all day. Where I think they all need a whole functional review of the Minister of Trade.
But governments own the institutions in day. Now governments they run all in institutions.
I know that government they run institutions.
So if there is a problem with regards to starting institution when they do well, then it come back to the government.
Of course, government need to take a decisive step for address them problem in day. You know, expect say the president for the all over the part. You get the minister. Now you rule and day for ensure say things are okay. You get the minister of say not only to sit in your office under AC, you need to go out down there. You need to tell Papa Sheki in time, they go. Papa Sheki in time, they go on the street, they go ask price, they go work for inside price. So the Minister of Trade, not for just sitting over and saying as the Minister of Trade. Though. If we go out on the market, if we check, if we go on the spot check, so this is not right, not correct. Not for just sitting office under AC. The Minister of Trade get good for play all of this here. You don't expect the president for to go to pass by then. No. You gotta make a appointment minister then. I don't hold landing for place to have visit room. You got the monitor and evaluation department. How can we mechanism in place? People don't just gap and they just go and exploit some of people.
So if you say the ministers and they work with the vision of the president?
No, not absolutely. I don't think so. Most of them don't work in the vision of the president. I think say the government, president for really needs some functional review and how we're able to say get people really committed for work with them. Seriously, there's a lot of problems across the board. Anyway.
All right, Robert, let me just quickly go over to Ibrahim before we wrap up the program. Let me hear it from him. Ibrahim, we hear from Robert. He don't make mention of the issue we get for do with institutional failures, them way they make plenty challenges in a different ministries, departments and agencies, them for let governments overall go able for pay attention to the issues we get for do with the welfare of the citizens then. For you, as to the wrap up this edition of the program, waiting gonna be your parting words in terms of waiting need for be done for let government get and right if they go able.
Firstly, I urge government and for government actually deposit fight against corruption. For government try for access, there's a preference as to who's going to give more priority. And as what I like to say, the last 5 years is education. Yes, of course, education. Me, because at the 70% they don't try. But education, not the basic amenities we provided to the people of Leone. And the only thing they achieve at the new education. Sometimes government for the government ask again, blend this new manifesto to that manifesto, go back to try for me to say you pound and things they address them holistically. We're missing if they been there for able for a majority of the problem. And I'm happy my brother say institutional failure. When you talk about governance, you talk institutional failure. This phrase we able for to governance also. And also you ask governments that when actually they try the age. But to be honest with you, I want for what I know see Mr. Masi. I've not seen much like for me coming because sometimes with the people in the same the government they don't give the government 300 million, 400 million. Are they bite anybody? This is something that is fact and evidence. And I am in working with some of these international institutions. There is a difference between approval of money and disbursement of money. For some of we are fortunate for the research method or project writing in college, we got everything and call approval. Most of those monies they were approved, but they have some of them they have never been disbursed up to now because there is another stage for disbursement. And this disbursement getting criteria. And this criteria, this image will they talk. If really this image has been clean, then for don't do for letting them disburse some of them money there. Some of them money there, they are still withheld because of certain parameters where government for fulfill, where up till now they not fulfill it. But the money has been approved. So we the urge government for go back na the table. Sometimes I feel pity for the president, to be honest with you. I can feel pity for the president because not everything the president can know. Yes, I agree like Omi Bora say, nothing go na market. That is of course. But again, I just want for the president now, if they listen, and I believe say they listen tonight to this program, they watch them favorably. Let it try. One time. If you don't know, say some of them people are the fail them. Like I can say they take the bull by the horn. Like I don't be the minister of NIG. Let take the bull by the horn one time. Let walk on the streets and sense the opinion of people. You do what they call vox pop. Let's go to market. Because some of them people, and most of the team that we are around, they get on the bad advice. Then they get on the two-way one for Yeri, not the two-way one for Yeri. So let himself take the bull by the horn, let it do one. Let it see. It they not say Boku of the one they are around them. They are not fit. They have been deceiving him. Most of them, they have been deceiving him. So we the urge government, let government also focused on this audit reports for total recovery of their money there. The Public Accounts Committee and ACC, let them be in peace, because if right now this they talk, this is the talk, this is the court law, this is the court law. Now we the people let me they affect. So let them try for them tuned and the feds for this team, because right now only what Salone needs, trust me, now the fight against corruption intensively. If mechanism and them concentrate on the fight, they already get hands of preventive measures of recurrence of corruption for provide basic facilities. We need water, clean water, government. We need affordable and accessible electricity. We need good health system, way for the maintenance. We need price control to be handled and managed. All the issues there in the affect government, so that at least people go able to get an enabling environment and be happy for, let them say, I'm a Sierra Leonean or I'm a foreigner, but I'm peacefully living in Sierra Leone and I'm enjoying all entitlements and benefits. So far, so good. These are some of the things where we urge government for actually pay attention of, concentrate.
Many thanks for you joining at the program this morning. Ibrahim Sori Dumboya, Executive Director for the League of Democracy Advocates. Thank you for joining through the virtual link. We'll quickly read just few messages and wrap up this edition of the Breakfast Show. The very first one I'm going to look at the Facebook page. Macmillan Timothy Carter say public opinion in Sierra Leone shows growing dissatisfaction with the current government as a 2023 Gallup poll revealed 37% approve and widespread concerns about corruption. Additionally, Freedom House's 2024 reports highlighted democratic legitimacy issues following the 2023 elections, raising further doubts about the government's popularity.
I'll say this one in the common form. I beg your pardon. Fode Mustafa to say government is to blame for everything because they control the resources and dedicate officials where they're supposed to be. How can they control price when they continue to impose taxes?
All right, the final hour I go look at because of time. Sulaiman Kamaran at the YouTube channel say if the people cannot trust their government to do the job for which it exists to protect them and to promote their common welfare, all else is lost.
I would say this last one as well for Mystic from Dwazaki. See, as a nation, electricity has been a great challenge until and unless we have a sustainable electricity system in the country before we can address electricity challenge in Sierra Leone.
All right, many thanks for sending a message and to wrap up the program, robots, which you go left as your parting word in terms of waiting it for be done as urgent as possible. Forget the citizens' welfare be addressed.
Well, thank you thank you very much. We just want for appeal to government, talk to government, the government shall say then provide what you do to the people of this country, especially on those basic social amenities. And then our government for the coordination center for between the Ministry of Trade and the Agriculture sector, the Trade Ministry get a whole lot of role to play. And I think government need for focus on that and the whole functional review at the Ministry of Trade. And mind you, again, 18 newspaper with me happy for being the publisher executive editor. We come up with a survey on the performance contracts on the all 79 MDM ministries. I think so I will find time look and get conversion around the performance contracts. Thank you.
Chairman for National Consortium on Public Accountability. Many thanks to you, Seth. We send you message, share your thoughts with waiting we discussed at the program this morning. Until we meet again, this edition of the Breakfast Show has come to an end, and Minam Belkubade says it's a good day. Goodbye.
Al-Hassan Kumar, let us have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.